and welcome to Mission Alive. When I was thinking about the life of the sisters who died, Sister Mario from Australia, Sister Eileen Vanderlee from Holland, how did they get to Papua New Guinea? Why did they go to Papua New Guinea? It made me go back to the very beginning and think why. Why did this group of 5 young, newly professed French women leave France and come to Papua New Guinea? Of course it was because Father Chevalier had founded the Congregation of the Daughters of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart to work side by side with the missionary fathers of the Sacred Heart. And now the Pope had asked those missionary priests to go to Papua New Guinea. Nobody was there evangelizing. Nobody was there teaching the Catholic faith. So would Father Chevalier's men and women go to Papua New Guinea? Of course their answer was, "Behold the handmaid of the Lord," as Mary had said, they would go. And so in 1884 they left France on a sailing ship and off they came to work in Papua New Guinea. It took many months to reach Australia. When they did get to Sydney, they were ready at once to go to Papua New Guinea, but things weren't like that. They had to wait and see what happened. They needed a house in Sydney so that the following sisters coming after them would have a place to come to, and sisters who got sick in Papua New Guinea would have a place to come down to recover. So they went to the Archbishop and said, "Please could we set up a house in your archdiocese?" The Archbishop's reply was, "Any congregation that sets up a house in my archdiocese must do something for the archdiocese. You are a teaching congregation, so you can teach, you can set up a school." That was a great shock to them. But the bishop gave them the school at Botany, and that's where they started. So they arrived in January of 1885. They started the school in July in 1885. And then, after a while, when many of them had learned a little bit of English, the main one, of course, was Sister Xavier. She was in charge of the school because she came from Ireland and had done her teacher training before she'd entered as a daughter. And so she was in charge of the school, and she helped the others to learn English and what to do in the school, what it meant to open the school, to look after the children, to prepare the lessons, to provide materials. The people, of course, around Botany were very, very good to the sisters, and so the school flourished. Then there came the chance to go to Thursday Island. In 1886, they moved from Sydney to Thursday Island. They were on their way to Papua New Guinea. Thursday Island was north of Australia. Papua New Guinea was just a little bit to the west. They were going to Yule Island. So they stayed and worked on Thursday Island, often looking across to the west and thinking, that's where we want to go, that's where we want to be. But we have to wait for God's good time. In 1887, God's good time came. A good captain came with his boat and was ready to take them across to Yule Island. And so across they went to Yule Island, and in 1887, the Daughters of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart started in Papua New Guinea. That was the beginning of our story. That was the beginning of our life as missionary daughters in Papua New Guinea. Later it was to spread to other places, to Kiribati, to the Philippines, to Japan, to Indonesia, to many, many other places around the world, many other mission stations in Africa, in South America. All over the world, the Daughters of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart went as missionaries to bring the love of Jesus to these people who had never known the Word of God. All of them believed in a spiritual world. All of them had their gods. All of them had their spirits, good and bad. And so their ideas were changed, not completely changed, but adapted to fit into the Christian concept of this God who loved us so much that he came on earth to teach us about the Father. When you pray, say, Abba, God is your Father. Call to your Father and He will hear you. And so our life began as Daughters of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart in Newell Island, with women who weren't trained specifically as nurses or teachers, but who worked looking after the sickness of people, binding up sores, tending to fever, and teaching children to read and write. And so began a great journey, a great story of women who really loved God and loved people. Next time, hopefully, I can tell you more about those women.